Lesson 3 for January 9 to 15, ready for teaching on January 16, When Your World is Falling Apart, and read by Dr. Percy Harrold. Thursday, January 14, God is with us. Our text for today is Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Like the name of Isaiah's children, 𝐃𝐚𝐤𝐲, a remnant shall return, and 𝐒𝐻𝐿-𝐻𝐵, which means swift is beauty, speedy is prey, the name of Emmanuel has a meaning. It is literally God with us. But the commonly accepted translation God with us misses something important. As with other Hebrew names of this kind that lack verbs, the verb to be must be supplied, because it is not expressed in Hebrew. So, Emmanuel must be translated, God is with us. Compare the same words in Isaiah 8, verse 10. Just as the name Jesus in the Greek and short for Hebrew Yehoshua or Joshua means the Lord of salvation, with the verb again being supplied, compare Isaiah, which means salvation of the Lord. Isaiah 8 verse 10, Take counsel together, but it will come to nothing. Speak the word, but it will not stand, for God is with us. But the name Emmanuel is not just an abstract description. It is an assertion of a promise that is fulfilled now. God is with us. Question: what is the significance of the promise that God is with us? There is no stronger assurance and comfort. God does not promise that his people will not endure hardship and pain, but he promises to be with them. The psalmist says in Psalm 23:4, Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. From the book God's Faulty Heroes, published in 1996 by the Review and Herald Publishing Association, page 66, and authored by the author of this quarter's lessons, Professor Roy Gane, we read, God says, When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Isaiah 43:2. Where was the Lord when the Babylonians threw Daniel's 3 friends into the fire? With them, as we read in Daniel 3:23-25. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose in haste and spoke, saying to his counselors, Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said to the king, True, O king. Look, he answered, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. And where was the Lord during the time of Jacob's trouble, when he wrestled until daybreak? In Jacob's arms, as close as he could get. Genesis 32, verses 24-30. Then Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. Now, when he saw that he did not prevail against him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaks. But he said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. So he said to him, What is your name? He said, Jacob. And he said, Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with men, and have prevailed. Then Jacob said, saying, Tell me your name, I pray. And he said, Why is it that you ask about my name? And he blessed him there. So Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. Even when the Lord does not appear in physical form on earth, he goes through the experiences of his people with them. Where was the Lord when the mob condemned Stephen? standing at the right hand of God, we read in Acts 7:55. But when Jesus ascended to heaven, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, Hebrews 1:3. Why did he stand when Stephen was in trouble, about to be stoned to death? As Maurice Venden has said, Jesus wasn't going to take that sitting down. End of quote. So to finish today, even though we have the promise that God is with us, what difference does that make if we still face terrible trials and suffering? What good does the knowledge of his presence then do for us? Explain your answer.
Hi there. Thanks for watching this video on the Advent-band Ministries YouTube channel. Please subscribe and click the bell icon to be alerted whenever we upload new videos. So, until we meet him in the clouds, may God continue to bless you.
This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind. It's supported by the Sabbath School Department and Hope Channel Australia and is rebroadcast by Christian Record Services and through podcasts at It Is Written in the United States, Hope Channel Germany, and through Apple iTunes and SoundCloud. Remember, God is always faithful.